Witchfinders, spurned lovers and a murder await the most haunted team as we travel to Lancashire. And welcome to the brand new Most Haunted, the live series. For the next 5 weeks, we will be investigating some of the most terrifying buildings in the land. And on Tuesday night at 10 o'clock, you can get the chance to see the highlights from tonight's show and the vigils we don't have time to show you here. Last week, you joined our investigation into the magnificent Capesthorne Hall, a beautiful house during the day, but at nightfall, absolutely terrifying. Here is what happened.
I've just seen something move over there. In there, in here.
God,
in here, quick, in here.
What?
Take it out, Splatter.
You alright?
Splatter.
Sorry, I was scratching on the table.
What was that?
Someone just kicked my shin really hard. That scared the hell out of me. Come on.
Someone behind me just said, I'm here.
I heard it. It was a...
No, we're getting lots and lots of things happening at the moment. The wheelchair's just moved. The wheelchair has just moved.
Whoa!
Tonight, I think, will be even more terrifying. For I have brought my team to Lancashire and yet another building new to us all, the ominous Gawthorpe Hall. The hills on which Gawthorpe stand were once part of a permanent Anglo-Saxon settlement, although the foundation stone for this hall was laid on the 26th of August, 1600. Home to the upwardly mobile Shuttleworth family, the first resident of Gawthorpe, Colonel Richard Shuttleworth, was involved in some of the biggest historical events of his day. A parliamentarian during the Civil War, he was in command of the Royalist defeat at Reed Bridge. However, perhaps more ominously, Richard Shuttleworth was responsible for sending the infamous Pendle Witches to trial. Could this connection with the Pendle Witches have anything to do with the Shuttleworth family's on-off relationship with the house? After 2 untimely deaths at the hall within weeks of each other in 1687, the next 3 generations of the family refused to return to Gawthorpe. But the spirits that are said to haunt this place are not confined to the Shuttleworth family. The ghost of a hooded nun is seen at the front of the hall. She is believed to have been murdered by a clandestine lover, while the body of a little servant girl is seen cowering in a corner near the kitchen. The figure of a lady has been seen ascending this staircase. Often described as the Grey Lady, many believe that it's the spirit of Rachel K. Shuttleworth, the last person to reside in Gawthorpe and who died here in 1967. The upper floors are believed to be haunted by darker figures that follow unsuspecting visitors. People report of an overwhelming desire to flee and that they are being pursued by persons that, upon inquiry, have disappeared. Once used for exercising, this 70-foot-long gallery is now only home to the echoes of its past occupants. Staff at the hall tell of the sound of people walking over this very floor when they know the doors are locked and no one could have access to this space. But it is the servants' quarters at the top of the house that holds one of Gawthorpe's darkest tales. It is in these rooms that a young woman is believed to have been murdered. Some female visitors tell of a sharp pain in their chest and an overwhelming feeling of despair. With so much paranormal activity associated with Gawthorpe Hall, how will we cope tonight? This time we have only 2 hours to find out. Joining me now are two stalwarts of the Most Haunted Investigation team, parapsychologist Dr. Kieran O'Keefe and our historian Leslie Smith. Welcome to you both. Now, Leslie, I bet you've got your teeth stuck into this place, haven't you?
Well, not only is it extremely beautiful, this fantastic late Elizabethan lantern lighting up the surrounding countryside with its hills, but it's also these marvellous witchcraft trials that were held in the area. And this house was very closely associated with part of those trials. And also the family itself is an exciting family, you know. Nothing boring about these people. And I think we're in for a really fun time tonight because some of the things that are going to come through the panelling, you watch, are going to be interesting.
And I think tonight's going to be very ominous. But what about the people who live and breathe this building, the staff? What do they think about Gawthorpe? Take a look at this.
In a house that's got 400 years of history, there's bound to have been something. There's been many family tragedies in the history of the hall throughout its long period that it's been built. And many people have said that they felt sort of certain, they feel like they're being followed, or they can feel certain emotions in certain rooms.
I always feel like there's somebody following me about. It's not a pleasant feeling. It's not like somebody nice is following you about. It's not a nice feeling.
I find when I'm here in the hall, particularly if you're on your own in the dark evenings, you know, it does give you that sort of a spooky feeling. You do sort of think, I don't want to look over my shoulder.
Now, Kieran, all those staff and also the people that visit here, there's something definitely going on.
I'm very intrigued by these accounts, specifically this sense of presence, this somebody following one of the members of staff on the staircase. And I've got various models of EMF meters, and I'll be focusing on static electricity tonight because I think that could explain it. But other than that, yes, some fascinating accounts.
You look excited.
I'm very excited.
Okay, now, last week we were investigating Capesthorne Hall in Cheshire, and we heard some very eerie noises that were very similar to what we picked up during an investigation during the October Live in Morecambe. Watch this. Again, like that for us, please. Don't say a word.
I can hear voices.
My God, it sounds like, you know, like if somebody was trying to run. So, Kieran, what do you think to those sounds?
Well, we get subjective evidence and objective, and here we've got objective evidence. It's actually sound that we can hear. I find it intriguing. It's certainly got something we can analyse later. It could be wood on wood. It's that sort of creaking sound. But given that we had it in Morecambe as well, I'm going to be listening out for it in other places. But I'm always excited by objective evidence, whether it's sound or the ultimate holy grail is photographic evidence.
Well, speaking about photo evidence, Denise Kershaw has taken these photos of supposed paranormal phenomena in and around Gawthorpe. Have a look at these. What do you think? If you have any photos that you think capture spirit activity, we would love to see them. Please send copies only, as we'll be unable to return anything you send us. And send it to this address: Most Haunted, the live series, PO Box 507, Stockport, SK5 6DA. Join us after the break when we'll be joined by medium Chris Conway as he uncovers the spirits that he believes